Looking pretty good. Hello, hello, hello. How you guys doing, Stampers? I'm Amber, a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I've been off for a little while, but I'm back. And today I wanted to show you some really great things that we can get from Celebration, and one of those is this awesomely otter set, which is absolutely adorable. We can get it with a $50 purchase until the end of the month. So time is running out to get your cute little otters, so make sure you grab them. And if you are looking for it, it's on page 11 of the Celebration catalog that goes all the way through February. And it's just adorable. There's so many great things in the Celebration that you can just grab. So it comes with 3 little otters. We got a little swimming one and a little pop out. I'm popping out of the water to say hi. And there's another one with a little party hat. You are utterly awesome, and it's birthday time. And I made a couple different cards with it. Here's one where I fussy cut and I used Artistically Ink. It's another stamp set that we're going to be using today. But here's another fun one. Hi, Tammy. And this is actually a slimline card. I was trying to be a little different. They're a little out of my comfort zone, but I'm trying to get into it because I love the extra space. And here's another one using another piece of Celebration paper that you can get with another $50 purchase, and that is on page 10 right next to the Utterly Otters. And it's called Simply Marvelous 6x6 paper. And it's another one you can get for $50. So if you spend $100, you can get both. And I can't tell you how many cards you can make. Oh my gosh. And this is the card we're going to be making today. I'm going to step it up a little bit, but not much. So here it is. Just showing you. And the inside, we're going to do both. So I'm going to be using Artistically Inked. And if people don't know, that is from our annual catalog. And that is on page 97. It shows the whole suite. And it's gorgeous. But we're just going to be using one stamp out of that. But it is absolutely beautiful to make cards. So I'm going to put that away. And the colors that we're going to be using are Momento Black, the Tuxedo Black, and Just Jade, which is one of my favorite ink colors that's going to be retiring this year. And I'm going to use a couple Stampin' blends. I'm using Bronze, Dark Crumb Cake, and Dark Just Jade because I want them bold for my little otter. Alright. So first things first, we're going to get this paper cut. And I got Just Jade. And I have the 8.5 by 11 paper. I'm going to move this out of the way. And I'm going to get my trim and scorer. Love this. This is actually one piece that I actually tell people who join Stampin' Up! To get with their kit if they don't have it. This thing is magical. It cuts and scores at the same time. Stores, and I actually have one of those command hooks on the side of my desk and I hang it there. Simply awesome. So I'm going to show you how to make 2 different card bases at the same time to save yourself time in a step. So first things first, we're going to do 4 1/4 and we're going to score it on the 8.5 side. I do it a couple times. So then we have a score down the whole piece of paper. And then I am going to cut it at 5.5. So now I'm ready to go for 2 card bases at the same time. Or I can save one for later, which I do actually have a stack that I use that for. Tammy, it really is the best trimmer ever. So I'm going to take my bone folder. I'm going to crease it. Give it a good crease because it's going to be my base. And for giggles and time saving, I'm going to do that for my other card that I will have in my pile. Alright. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to take our basic white, and I am going to cut it at 3 3/4. 1, 2, 3. Put my there we go. And then I'm going to make it by 5. And I'm going to make 2 of these, one for the outside, one for the inside. And this little piece I can save for another sentiment for another stamp set. Love it. And then I got all this paper left over. I have an actual basic white and very vanilla scrap pile, especially for it. And the other one that I pre-cut is a piece of black because I'm going to mat it. And it is 5 1/4 by 4. Okay, so you're going to have your card base, your 2 pieces of basic white, and your black. And we're going to put the card base and the black up here while we stamp. So first things first, I'm going to take this stamp set, this stamp right from Artistically Inked, and we're going to get out our Just Jade. You can do this really in any color. It's really up to you. I like the Just Jade because I wanted to use my pretty Just Jade and gold ribbon from the annual catalog. I really like it. It's a really fun ribbon. So I'm just going to ink it up. And I use this stamp because to me it looks like water. And I love it. And you can stamp second time like that. And see, I got that line, so I'm going to flip it. I love that paper. It's 2 sides. And I got some fingerprints on it, but that's okay because it's going to blend in with my stamp. No big deal. And I'm just going around and kind of framing it like that. And I'm going to bring that in, bring that in. There we go. Alright, so we got this, and this is going to be my front. And then I'm going to sit here, and I'm going to do this for the inside of the card, but I'm going to make sure it just stays out on the edges so I have a place to write. And all I'm doing is bringing that color cardstock into the inside of the card on the white, because I don't like bare white. So we got a lot going on here. Alright. And then you can clean this off with your Simply Sammy, or you can use just water wipies. But I'm not going to bother you while I'm cleaning. I can do that after. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take this little otter, and he's the one that's popping up saying, "How do you do?" out of the water. I'm going to take the Momento black. You so need to, Tammy. It's a lot of fun to play with. And I'm going to ink it up. And I'm going to make sure all the ink gets on there. I love Red Rubber stamps. They stamp so much well for me. And I'm going to put him kind of in that Just Jade, but not too far, because you want him to pop up in the white. And then I'm also going to use You Are Awesomely, or You're Utterly Awesome. And I'm going to stamp my sentiment in the white space right there. Okay, but I'm going to put the little swimming otter with the little fishy. And I'm going to stick him on the inside of the card, and he's going to be like right there. Doesn't he look cute? Oh my gosh, I love him. Alright, so now I'm going to put my black. And when you're using tuxedo, I tend to get it all over and then I mark up my cards, so make sure your fingers are clean before you touch your white. Alright, so I'm just going to use these 3 blends because I wanted to make this simpler, not having a bunch of supplies. So I'm going to take this Just Jade and I'm going to use the thin marker side, not the brush tip, and I'm going to go over the outlines of the water and color in the little splashes. Look at him, he's so cute. I love him. And just bringing the water with him. There he is. And I'm going to do the same thing on the inside. Like so. And I'm going to make his little fishy this color too, because I don't want to bring in any more colors. Try to make it simple instead of using my whole entire marker collection. Though I highly recommend getting them. These are the best alcohol markers ever. Alright, so now I'm going to take my bronze and I'm going to use the marker. And I'm just going to color him in. I like him brown. He makes me happy. He's so sweet. And I'm going to make sure I don't color in his little eyeballs, because I want those to be white. Just take your time. It doesn't take long to color at all. There we go. And it's always a light touch with your alcohol markers because they will flow. And I'm going to color his nose in the bronze too. And then I'm going to use my dark crumb cake. And I'm going to use the brush tip. And I'm going to color his little belly. And I made him a little darker than I did the other ones because his fur's wet. And when his fur's wet, his fur should look darker. And so I'm going to do the same thing over here with the inside of the card. I want my brush tip. Yeah. How are you guys been doing? Have you guys gotten some fun celebration stuff? And gotten some great deals? I know I just ordered the new marker set with the skin colors. I thought they were awesome. That was my opinion. I needed them. I absolutely adore these markers, so every time they come out with the new alcohol color, I have to grab them. It's just one of those things. I love that it's available to you guys now. It was hard waiting, but I tried. Alright, so we're going to get him. Just take your time, because you don't want to go too heavy. Yeah, read this. And you could technically leave his little belly white if you wanted to. It is all about personal preference. Whoops, I forgot his little nose. He's so cute. Alright, we're gonna go like this. Look at him, so happy with his little fish. I love the way Stampin' Up! Does animals and stamps. There's so many good ones. And I think just getting an animal on a card just makes my day, but that's me. Alright, so I have it all colored, and it's all set and done. So we're going to do that, and I'm going to bring out my card base and my matte black. The first thing I'm going to do is take the front of the card, and I'm going to put it onto my black. I'm going to use my liquid Tomo glue. Remember, a little bit goes a long way. You want to be light-handed with your glue. Otherwise, it'll get icky. And then we're going to go like that. That. So that's matted. And then I'm going to take the inside of the card. And I've been actually not going as big inside because I've been wanting to pull that color from that card base in. Going to go inside and it's just going to center, and it gives you that little wiggle room. Look at that. Oh, look how cute. Right, I'm going to still go over it with my bone folder. Alright, so I have my Stampin' seal. And I'm going to flip the front over and I'm going to make 2 little marks with my Stampin' seal. This is actually how I save ribbon. So I'm going to sit here. I'm going to put a little bit here. See? And we're going to wrap it around and go like this. And I want to make sure that's where I want it so it's not covering my sentiment. I'm going to take my paper snips and I'm going to trim it like so. And I'm going to take this little piece, and I'm sorry if you guys are typing. I'm not good at looking at the comments, but I will look at them after my video. So I'm going to just, all I'm going to do is tie a little knot, nice and tight, like so. And I really like this distress look where it's starting to fray. So I'm going to do the same thing over here, and this stuff is weaved ribbon, so it's really easy to do. And I want it to go like this, up and down, because I really want it to stay on this side. Alright, so I'm going to take my glue, or you can take your Stampin' Seal, whatever your preferred adhesive. And I'm going to sit here and go like this. Make sure I get my corners. A little bit. Squiggle, squiggle, squiggle. And then I'm going to center that on here. Like so. And this will fit in your regular envelope and go through the mail like regular. And I'm going to take my Take a Pic tool. And I'm going to be using the iridescent rhinestones that are unfortunately sold out at this moment, but we'll be getting them back in stock. So I'm going to take they're really pretty. And I'm going to take 3. So I'm going to put one right there, right there. And I do the 2 outside first because it's easier to center that middle one. And go like that. 3 dots. And then we have this beautiful, awesomely otter card. And you can do this with any ribbon if you want to change the color or not have the ribbon at all. It really doesn't need it, but I love the upstate. I love it. So isn't that cute? Wouldn't you love getting in that mail? Ah! Thank you so much for coming. I know I've been out. I've been very busy. Life has been hectic with sickness and recovery and everything else, but I'm so happy to be back. So I hope you enjoy their otter card, and if you make them, please, please, please post them to the page. I want to see them. Or if you have a different look to that otter, let's go get it. I want to see it. Inspire me. All right, you guys. You guys have a wonderful night. Bye.